Hi, good evening, good afternoon. We are finally live. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you can see me and you can hear my voice, please put a yes or something in the comments so I know that you can see me. If you can hear my voice, you can see me. Just put a yes. Yes, I think that some of you can already see me. Hello, Mistura. Okay, great. So if you can see me, yes, awesome. Prince can see me. So we are definitely live. I'm so excited because we've not had our webinars for a long time now. So finally, we are able to have our webinar. So for some of you who haven't already, please, what is your name? Where are you joining from? Leave an emoji, click the share button, invite someone, subscribe to the channel, get your pen and paper because we are about to take off. So how's everybody been? It's really been a while. We've not had a webinar. How has everybody been? How has everybody been? So just a quick reminder that you need to subscribe to comment or to ask a question. So subscribe to the channel if you want to be able to ask a question. We're going to be starting in a couple of minutes. So please invite someone. Invite a friend. Ben, you are welcome. You've been fine, Prince. Yes, awesome. Thank God. I have been fine too. Life has been lifing. We're getting into winter. It's starting to snow. Afolabi from Italy. Ayo, you are welcome. Please don't forget to invite your friends. Use the share button. Make sure you're comfortable. We're going to go straight into it in a few minutes. Ayo, you're welcome. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. This is Oludare from Lagos. That's our Lagos people. You're welcome. Olalekan in Austria. Lovely, lovely. How is Austria? Ilesomi, you're welcome. Moobo, you're always in my webinars. You're welcome. Adibe from Belgium. Belgium. That's somewhere I like to go. You're welcome. So it's just so nice to see everybody after so long. Maybe we'll get to 100 or just before that, we're going to start. So just a quick little bit of house cleaning and try and watch the live on landscape. So if you're using a phone, you can turn it so that you can see very well. If your screen is not clear, go out and come back, or on your YouTube settings, you can click playback and performance, choose whatever, all the things showing on the screen. You can do that so that your screen is showing better, right? Okay, awesome. So we are already almost 100. So we're going to start. So what you will learn today will change your mindset. It will benefit you immensely, right? So avoid all distractions. Let the next 40 minutes or so be focused on what you are going to learn. And if you are ready, let me know in the comments that you are ready. You know that we always get straight to it here. So more of us are joining. George, you're welcome. Greetings, Frinessa 11. First timer, Luatosin, you're welcome. You're welcome to the family. I hope you've subscribed. Don't forget to subscribe. African Tales by Eddie. Oh, our African Tales people from UK. So we are all ready. So we are going to start presently. And how we're going to start is that I'm going to share my screen. And then I'm going to go through the information that I have, awesome information, and then we'll come back and ask questions. Please make sure you're following so you're not taking us back by asking questions of what we've already talked about in the webinar. Oh, welcome from Asaba. How is Asaba? I hope things are safe there and secure. Glory. You're welcome. First timer from Enugu. I like all the first timers. Danny, welcome. You're welcome. Michael from Bonnie. Port Harcourt, awesome. Great place. Yeah. Okay. So let's get right into it. I'll just share my screen, and if you can see my screen, just let me know. Where are you now? Where are you? Where are you? You can see my screen. Awesome. So we're starting. What is going on? Just 1 second. Slideshow from the beginning. Come on, come on, come on. Awesome. That's it. So once again, you are welcome. I'm really excited that we get to talk today about the best Canada immigration pathway for you, right? Best Canada immigration pathway for you. Now, but before we go on, let me introduce myself because we do have some first timers. So my name is Sheyi Obasi. I am a Nigerian. I live in Canada. I'm a Canada immigration educator. I'm a finance educator and finance professional. I'm a content creator. And with my information and knowledge, at the last time that I counted, over 3,000 families have been helped to be able to come to Canada one way or the other, to either study or live in Canada, permanent residence, one thing or the other. Right. So these are some testimonials that we've had. We've had many, many testimonials over the years. I just put a screenshot of some from study in Canada to visit visa to people who have had permanent residence and all sorts. All of it is there. And I want you to be one of those who is able to testify, right? Even if you don't testify to me, testify to yourself, testify to God that you've been able to move to Canada. So before we start, this is not immigration advice. This is only for information and education purposes, right? So Canada.ca is the official immigration website, and they have the most updated immigration information, right? Which is always changing. So be sure that you always check there. At the end of the webinar, hopefully you would know the best immigration pathway for you, and you understand what still works in 2026 and beyond. And so that you can avoid the routes that keep wasting your time and wasting your money and know what steps to take next. Because this is December. Next year, things have to change. So you see how you can move your family to a safe, stable country and feel confident about your plan, no more confusion. That's what I hope to achieve at the end of this webinar. So let's talk a little bit, just for 1 minute. So do you want to move to Canada? If yes, why? Why is it that you want to move to Canada? Let me just have one or two of you talk about it in the comments. Why exactly do you want to move to Canada? Some people it's for their children. Some people secure environment, safer life. Some people they're just tired of where they live. Why do you want to move to Canada? So it's just in a minute. So some of you will share. Emmanuel, don't worry. If you joined late, at least you joined. Why do you want to move to Canada? For a better future. Definitely. Definitely. Some people say for growth, stability. Onye said stability and safety, a better life, better standard of living, and all of those are good things. Because when you think about Canada, it's not just that you want to just enter plane and travel. No, you're looking for a better life for the people that you love, especially your immediate family. You want your children to grow in a place where you can learn and have a good life. It's a place that is calm. It's a place that is safe. We all know what's happening, for example, in Nigeria. It's a place that is safe. It's a place that gives you a real future. It's a place where the leaders at least care about the people. They are not perfect. Canada is not heaven, but you have a certain sense of stability, certain sense of security. And that's the kind of environment we all want. So I applaud you if you're trying to move to Canada, or you're trying to even move to a first world country. It doesn't even have to be Canada, UK, Australia, the United States, with a question mark. But wherever you're trying to move, I applaud you. So, but the problem now is that the policies keep changing. Before it was just the UK and all of that, but now policies are also changing in Canada, and people are just wondering, can I still move to Canada in 2026? And that's what we want to address. Now, a little bit of statistics from January 1 to September 30th of 2025, Canada, that's RCIP, has made over 335,000 decisions. They've welcomed over 310,000 new permanent residents to Canada. And they are projected to admit about 415,000 by the end of the year. That is a large number. And what does that tell you? It tells you that Canada is still giving visas. Immigration is not closed. In fact, if you go and stand at the Canada airport, every day, immigrants are coming into this country. Every single day, immigrants are coming. So immigration is definitely not closed. But you need to choose the right program. Some people are frustrated because they don't even know what is going to work for them, or whatever it is they've been trying has not been working. So you need to choose the right program. But choosing the right program seems to be confusing because there are so many people talking, right? If you go to YouTube, so many people are saying that there are too many rules that are changing, too many opinions. Your friend in Canada is saying, come. Somebody is saying, don't come. Someone is saying, don't come and study. Someone don't try PMP. There's so many people talking, so it becomes really confusing. And I can definitely understand it because I talk to people every day. And, one of the questions I get the most is, which pathway is best for me? Because one wrong choice can delay your move for years. I've seen it. I've heard it. It can delay your dreams by months, even years. Can waste money. Some people have given money to one agent or the other. They say they will give them job. At the end of the, they will give them work permit. At the end of the day, they probably gave them a visit visa. Some of them, they did not even see anything. It leads to refusals if you choose the wrong pathway. And for many, many people, it kills the dreams before it even starts. Some people are tired because I've been on this for 5 years and they've chopped my money. So they are just tired. When you ask them, this money they've been chopping from you, which pathway were they trying to help you with? They don't know. They just know that somebody said, bring money and we'll help you to Canada. So that is why clarity is important. So even if you want to get someone, an agent, whatever, you are able to understand the kind of questions you are going to be asking them to clarify. So when you ask them those questions, they will know that you know what they talk about. Yeah. So it will not be easy for them to kind of scam you or throw you around. That's why it's important. I'm about education. I want everybody to understand the options, to understand what they are doing. So even if you feel, okay, I can't do it, I need help, you still are knowledgeable in that help. Now, this webinar will fix all of that. Today, I'll show you how to remove the confusion. I'll show you how to stop guessing, how to finally understand the pathway that fits your life so that you can take action right now. If not right now, at least in 2026, January, February, you can take action and move. So let's jump into it. How do you choose the best immigration pathway for yourself without confusion? Now, choosing the best or the right pathway becomes easy when you look at 4 key areas. Now, I want to show you the framework that I've shared and that has helped over 3,000 families to immigrate to Canada. Before we go into that, what are even the pathways to Canada? Currently, what are the pathways? On the screen, I have 7 ways that you can actually move to Canada. There's a couple of them that are not on this screen for obvious reasons, but Express Entry is there, the Provincial Nominee Program, Study in Canada, the Employer-Sponsored PR programs like the RCIP and the AIP. We have closed work permits like the LMIA, there's business immigration, there's investment immigration, then there's family sponsorship, right? These are the 7 that I want to pinpoint here that are the ways that if you're outside of Canada currently, you might be able to immigrate into Canada. Now let's look at 5 things. Now these 5 things are kind of important when you want to choose, and they affect whether you are able to come to Canada or not. The first one is your age. The second one is your education. Then you have your work experience, your language proficiency, and your money, the kudi, the o, your money. These 5 things will affect your ability to move to Canada. Now, do you agree that these 5 things are important? These 5 things I just mentioned. If you agree that these 5 things are important, please put in the comments number 1. If you don't agree, put 2. If you don't even know, put 3. I want to see the level of whether we know or not. Are these 5 things truly, truly important for you to come to Canada? How do you mix and match all of this? So 1, awesome. So many of you know that these 5 things are, but I can see a lot of ones. Yes, very, very, well said, very, very. They are very important to come to Canada. Your age affects your points. Your education decides the routes that are available to you. Your work experience decides your knock level, yeah? Your knock level in terms of the category of your job or your occupation. Your language score affects your points, and certain pathways require more money than others. We all know those pathways that require more money. Certain pathways require more money. So your best pathway, so if you're writing, you can write this, you can snap it, you can screenshot. Your best pathway is equals to your profile plus your goal plus your plus your timeline plus your funds. Again, the best pathway for you will depend on your profile plus your goal plus your timeline plus your funds. Your pathway must match your life, right? Your profile is who you are. So your education, your work, etc. Your goal is what you want to come and do in Canada. Do you want to come and study? Do you want to work? Are you looking for permanent residence fast? What is that goal? Your timeline is how soon you want to be in Canada. I've talked to some people who are like, in the next 2 months, I want to come. Some are like, okay, 1 year. Some are 2 to 5 years. What is your own timeline? And what are the funds available to you? How much do you have now? How much are you likely to have later? The right pathway is the one that matches as many of the above as possible. So your age, your money, your education, your language, how you match each of these is what will determine the right pathway for you. So let's look at some examples. Let's make it practical. Now let's look at Chinedu. Chinedu is 29 years old. He has an MSc in civil engineering. He has worked as a civil engineer for 4 years, which is a skilled knock. His IELTS is about 7.5. When it comes to funds, he has the minimum funds, the medium funds rather. He has some money and he wants to move quickly. He wants to build an engineering career in Canada and he wants to move in the next 12 months. That's Chinedu. Now, how does Chinedu fit this framework? His age is great. He's only 29. He has skilled work experience. He has good English. No, he has good English. He has an MSc in civil engineering. He has a 1-year timeline. So he's looking at the next 12 months. His funds are fine, right? Chinedu is a great candidate, right? So the best pathway for Chinedu will be the express entry. That's the first one that he can consider. Then on top of that, the provincial nominee program and the RCIP as a backup. Now I know I'm just mentioning these acronyms, but I know that some of you understand what these acronyms are. The provincial nominee program is PNP, rural community immigration program is the RCIP, and on my channel I've made videos on all of this, so you might want to go back and watch some of those videos. Now he qualifies strongly because his profile is going to give him a good CRS score. Civil engineering, which he studied on, which he's working as, is also a prioritized career. It's in the category-based draws in the express entry. He can also target the community programs because his skill is in high demand. What about Grace? Grace is older than Chinedu. She's 38. Her education, not as much. She has a HND in business administration. She's worked 9 years as a HR assistant, so that's like semi-skilled. Her IELTS 6.5. When it comes to funds, she has medium to low. She's struggling a little bit with the funds, but she wants to move with her kids. She has 2 children she wants to move with, and she wants to move in 6 months. Madam Grace. Now, let's look at Grace, comparing her to the framework. Now, she struggles a bit in the framework because her age is going to reduce her PR score a bit. She's 38. Her IELTS score is too low. She definitely has to work on that. It's 6.5. Her knock is not too strong for express entry. She's a HR assistant, not such a great knock when it comes to the category-based jobs, but it can still get her into the general express entry pool. Her timeline is too short. She wants to move in 6 months. I keep telling Grace, you can't do hurry for Canada, but well, she wants 6 months. Her education is fine. She has a HND. She has great family motivation because what is actually pushing her is she wants a better country for her children, right? And she has some funds available, but she has to work on her funds. The best pathway for Grace would be for her to probably come to Canada to study, since she has that HND. After studying, she can get her post-graduation work permit and then work towards permanent residence or the AIP if she's in any of the Atlantic provinces. She definitely needs to improve her English language to get PR because her scores and her education are low. Express entry may not work for her the way I've explained it already. But a study pathway will give her the opportunity to study in Canada, and she can actually do that within the next 6 months since she has that timeline. Of course, there will be schools for her children. She can get a PR pathway afterward, and she has the chance to work on that, her low English score, and increase it for PR. Last but not the least, let's look at Yusuf. Is he the last? I don't think so. Yusuf is 45 years old, right? He's older than these other two people, but unfortunately, he just has SSCE. He didn't go to post-secondary. He's a truck driver. He's done that for like 10 plus years. His IELTS is low, 6. His fund is low. Baba no get money, right? But he wants to work and get permanent residency, and he wants to move as soon as possible. So what are his strengths? His job is in high demand. He's a truck driver. Truck drivers are in high demand in Canada. If you have the right skills, if you have the right licensing, you can do well, and you can be able to get a pathway to Canada. He has good experience. He's worked over 10 years as a truck driver, and he wants to work in Canada. His IELTS is not the best, though. You can see IELTS 6, but since he's a low-skilled worker, it's not that bad. Weaknesses is that his age is too high, education is low, his funds are low, PR pathways like the express entry might not work for Yusuf. But the best pathway for him to get that LMIA work permit and then work from that to PR through RCIP or AIP, truck drivers are needed in many rural communities. Employers there can support LMIAs. These pathways do not depend heavily on age. They don't really care about age, and they allow him to work and later qualify for PR. Even the RCIP and the AIP don't care about age, as long as he can get a job offer, right? And the basic CLB 5 for language scores, which he has, he can be able to qualify. Okay, so far we've done like what? 3 examples. Now, there are so many variations of examples that we can look at. We can look at business people who are maybe farm workers, we can look at people who are care workers, that if I even ask all of you, your variations are different. Everybody is different. You have your own story. But for the sake of time, because we want to get on and, finish this so we don't keep you too long, we're going to just move on. So the best pathway depends on your age, your education, your work experience, your funds, your family, your goals, your timeline, and everyone's profile is different. So the right pathway will be different. Now, I know that example, the examples I gave, I can see some people commenting that it was really, made it practical. So if you really enjoyed that example, and it's something that if I can find more examples, I will do it. I will show you. But if you really like those examples, just let me know so that, maybe when we're taking the questions, I can do a couple of other variations that I have, because then we'll be in Q&A. If you want that, just put yes in the comments now. Thank you very much. So everyone's profile is different. If you want to put yes in the comments so that I'll know to do more examples. So the right pathway is different for everyone. When it comes to Canada immigration, there's no one size fits all. You can't say, even though a lot of people say it worked for my friend. What works for your friend might not work for you. What worked for your sibling, gone self, might not work for you. What worked for your spouse might not work for you. And this is where many people get stuck. It's just like my friend did it. They want to go to the school their friend went to. And sometimes, honestly, I will not lie to you, sometimes our friends don't tell us everything. Right? I'm not going to go into that. They might not tell you the real cocoa. So you might even be working on half information. So there is no one size fits all. You have to find the pathway that works for you. So I've seen all the confusion. There's been mistakes. I've seen people lose money because they followed the wrong pathway. They didn't know that, okay, I need to look at my age, the font, language, occupation, all of these things. Some people, they have their passport. They just want to come to Canada. No, it's not like that. So if you are ready to put a stop to the confusion and gain clarity, or if you have even gained some clarity, at least you gain one small clarity, but you want to gain more clarity, just put a 1. I like the number 1. Put a 1 in the comments now. If really, you have been confused, you have asked people, Chinedu said you should do A, and Miriam said you should do B, but you want to really put a stop to this confusion, gain clarity, be able to know what you're doing. If Canada won't work, make it work. If it's not working, so that you will know and move on to the next country or the next thing in your life. It's gonna be by force, right? I mean, that group of people that are like, it's not by force. You have to do your best. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then you need to move on. It's more to life than immigration. Honestly, immigration is a good thing, but you have to look at your life in the bigger picture, right? Okay, so because I speak to people a lot, I think I've spoken to like maybe over 100 people in the last couple of months, and most of them, that is their confusion. Shey, what is the right pathway and how do I know it? So that is why I created a simple guide that can help you understand your level and the best pathway for you. Now, in this guide, there's a lot more examples. I put a lot more examples beyond Chinedu, Grace, and Yusuf so that people can be able to find themselves in that example. And, you know, I'm planning to even add more examples. So as I talk to people more, I'm going to add more examples so that we have like many examples so that you can find yourself in one of those examples and be able to model yourself that way. Okay. So this framework or the guide that I want to share with you will help you match your age, it will match your schooling, it will match your work experience, the money you have to the pathway that makes the most sense for you. And it helps you avoid the routes that will just completely waste your time and waste your money too. It helps you move with confidence instead of fear, and it will help you build the life that you want, because everything is about that goal, right? Living in a safe country, calm environment, stable system, better future for your children, blah, 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 blah. All of those things where you have free healthcare and most importantly, security. You can come out of your house and enter the bus without fearing that somebody will appear from somewhere, if you know what I mean. So that is what it wants, and this guide is going to help you do that. It's called That's Me, They're Holding On to It. Which Canada immigration pathway is right for you? That's the name of the guide, right? No fancy names. That's just what it is. How do you choose the Canada immigration pathway that is right for you? Inside this guide, you will find a simple way to understand all the Canada immigration pathways, step-by-step method to choose the pathway that suits you. There's a tool in there that will help you match your age, your job, your education, your funds to the right pathway and the next steps so you know what to do. It's a handbook you need to have if JAPA is your goal. If JAPA was your goal in 2025, 2024, you didn't meet it, JAPA is your goal in 2026. You don't want to be at my December 2026 webinar and you are still talking about the same thing. No, you want to have made up your mind. Are you going? Are you not? If you are, what pathway? If it's not going to work, then maybe you move on and do something else. You can build an empire wherever you are, and you can even send your children to Canada to school, right? That is also a possibility. So this, the template guide is not free. It's only 20,000 Naira. It is the cost of what? I don't know what does 20,000 Naira do? $20 can buy you a meal, right? Just one meal, but it is 20,000, 20,000 Naira, $20, 15 pounds, and the price increases by midnight. If you want to get it, that is the code that you need to use. Now, in addition to that, you get 2 bonuses. The first one is actually 3. A Canada pathway checklist. Now, this is a step-by-step checklist to choose the best pathway. So it will ask you your age, your education, all of those questions, and then you get a score. It will tell you what pathway suits you based on that score that you have, right? And I think it's a tool that a lot of people need to have to put in your information into somewhere and it tells you your pathway. So that's one of the bonuses. The second one is a consultation with me. So I know a lot of people have been wanting to speak to me, but they say, Sheyi, the money too much, I know if you pay. So for the next couple of days, I'm giving a discounted 30 minutes consultation. You can pay for it and use the consultation whenever you want. There's no timeline for when you can use it. So you pay for it now because the price is going to change in a couple of days. So you get which Canada immigration pathway works for me is 20,000 Naira, $20, 15 pounds. Just grab that link, copy it somewhere or type it in or whatever and go get it. Then you have the bonus. And the bonus is the Canada pathway checklist. And the other bonus is the call. The call usually is 40,000, but it's going to be 35,000, $27, 20 pounds. The price goes back to normal midnight, 6th December by 12 midnight West African time. If you want to take a screenshot, snap this page, whatever, please do so. Okay. Now, so far, you know that Canada still needs immigrants. It's so important to mention that. The other day, Canada did a draw. 6,000 people were invited, but it was for French. That's another conversation. We're going to have another conversation about this French, and I'm going to share some ways, because I know people's problem is, how do you even learn the French? So make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Okay? I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to share a video. I've been talking to a couple of people about how this French thing works. We're going to share information about how you can get yourself to learn this French, because you just need the minimum score for French. It's not hard like that. A lot of people have done it. So there is a pathway for every profile. Now, your best pathway depends on your own profile, not on that of your friend or your sister or brother. Confusion is going to slow you down. So the right plan helps you move faster, move safer. You just need to choose and start. So take the next step, get the guide today, build your Canada plan. Use the links that I've provided, and you can start today. Like I said before, if you get the 30 minutes consultation, you can get it now and use it sometime in future. You don't have to use it now. You can use it next year when you're ready. But the price is going to change back to 40,000 for the call by December 6th. That's in a couple of days. And the Which Canada Immigration Pathway is going to change back to 25,000 Naira. So for those that are asking, how can I get it? Please, can you just snap this page, screenshot it, something, so that, or just copy the links so that you know where you're going to get it. So when you get the Canada Immigration Pathway, the bonuses will be in there. And when you book for the call, the bonus, you can use it whenever you want. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you got value, and I will take a few questions. Wow. So that was it. What was the price in franc? So Prince, so when you use the link and you go to the page, you can choose the currency. So it will tell you what the price is in franc or whatever. So if you came in late, just slide the video to the beginning and start from there. You will see what you missed. So this is live, so you can just take it back and you see what you missed. So let's go and answer a few questions. Before we do that, let me just put this information right up here. Oh, don't tell me I don't have it together. Just give me 1 second. Peters, I will be there soon. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Why is it something like this now? Okay. Cancel. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so we're taking questions now. That is it. That is what I want. Okay. So that's the information on the screen. And to get the guide, that's the link bit.ly/Japa2026. For the bonus call, it's bit.ly/callshay. Okay, now let me look at the questions. Thank you so much for listening. Got value, Anastasia. So we went straight to the point. No need to waste time. Okay, so no, you don't need IELTS for visa application, right? You don't need IELTS for visa application. So thank you, Emmanuel. You have put this information many times. You got admission. Congratulations, Western Polytechnic. Now money remain. Find money now. Find money. Now money remain. You can't be resuming 6th of next year. Is it 6th of January? And you never still see money. I don't know what to tell you. By now, you should have applied for your visa. Okay. So, I mean, a question like this, Peter, you can easily go and check the website, right? So I don't like answering questions like this, that you can easily go to the critical, check the website and see if it has an age limit. I don't like to spoon feed. Go and check the website. January, okay. If you're applying, if you are resuming in January, just go and defer your admission. You're too late. You're too late. You can't meet up. Okay, so if you have questions on what we just shared, please, why is this one still showing now? Just ask your questions. If you want to get the guide, I want to book your 30 minutes call, the bonus ones, all that information is on the screen. I'm a new timer. are you partnering with Passage? So I don't know what you mean by partnering. Passage is a company on their own. I'm not partnering with them, but I know Passage is a company that gives loans. Yes, I have talked about Passage in my video, or I've done a couple of videos on Passage, but I am not their partner. All these people that have gotten admission, people should ask questions about this pathway thing now. I'm trying to check if it's real. My goodness, you've gotten an offer. How did you get the offer that you're wondering if it's real? How did you get it? How can you wonder if something that you got is real? Okay, so that's not for today. What's the difference between the 20? I don't like that word packages. The 35,000 is a call, is a consultation call, is a 30-minute call with me, right? The 20,000 is for the guide, the framework that I'm talking about. I'm sharing the framework and the checklist for you to be able to, you know, find out the best pathway for you. Yeah. I didn't talk about loan today. Why will I talk about loan now? I didn't come here to talk about loan. So I am a 46-year-old. Go and buy the framework. That's what you need, right? Or you buy a consultation and talk to me. I can't. This is not why we're here. So I can't be giving you a pathway. We're here for everybody. We want everybody to hear your information. Okay, so Onye, go and book a consultation and let's talk about that. We'd like to schedule a one-on-one. So if you want to schedule a one-on-one, the information is right there on my screen, right? Okay, I'm not seeing any question. Oh, that is what I'm seeing. I don't understand these questions. I'm not going to answer any question that is telling me I'm 50 years old, which pathway works for me. You and I know that I said there are 5 things. So the fact that you're 50-year-old is 1 out of the 5. Go and get the guide so that you can be able to plot yourself against the 5 criteria. 50-year-old is just age. Okay. Bisola, yeah, she has applied but was denied. Go and book a one-on-one consultation. Make sure you grab the link before the price changes. Go and book so that we can talk about it. Do you assist with the pathway for study? What kind of assistance? Ain't your subscribers for the channel won't be considered? I don't know what this means. Consider for what? Make sure that you are subscribed. If you're trying to type your question and it's not coming, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. If not, your question will not show here. Considered for what? Onyinye, what do you mean considered? I don't understand your question. I asked a question. I'm a farm management, a good knock, a good and acceptable skill for knock. I don't understand the question. What's knock for what? Like, is it for? Okay, so I know that a lot of times we know these little terms and we just use them, but you need to be able to ask your questions very well. Yeah. Do you have recommendations for French learning? Yes. Do I? I think I've shared some recommendations for French learning. So I'm going to do a video in a couple of days talking about the French, and I'm going to share some information in that video. It's going to come in the month of December, and this is the month. So make sure you are subscribed. I'll share a lot of information there, tips, strategies, and maybe some tutors that can also help you. So Flora, if you do a PNP, yes, you have to stay in that province. You will sign that you want to stay in that province. If you don't want to stay in that province, please do not do a PNP and do not accept their PNP. You want to live there. So what are we going to do? This is 2:38. So I'll take questions for 5 more minutes. Tell people IELTS, which one is cool? I don't know what I mean by cool, but both exams are different. I'm not sure what you mean, but if you're asking which one is easier, it's different for different people. Some people have taken IELTS, they didn't struggle. Some people have taken CELPIP, they didn't struggle. So it depends on you. just try one first. If that one doesn't check out, then maybe try the next one. But try it. Don't just try it for trying sake. Try it and do your best. You love information on French. Yes, I think it's high time we share information on French. It's high time. So the link is on the screen. I'm going to leave it on the screen also at the end of the webinar, but it's there. If you see below, you can take a picture. It's there, or you can stop it. I wish I understood this question. How do you provide coaching for all the pathways? I don't understand. I didn't say I was providing coaching for all the pathways. I was saying that guide will help you to know the pathway that works for you. So when you know a pathway or a couple of pathways, you are now focusing on that. So you're not running around from pillar to post, right? Now money now. I understand you now, money. So maybe you should do IELTS first, because that's self-people reading. I hear it's giving some people some problem, right? That's self-people reading. So you could probably, but whatever it is you're doing, please make sure that you're preparing really well. I don't have any links for the test. Just Google self-people or IELTS test center near me, right? This proof of funds thing, I can understand that proof of funds is a problem, but by the time you are starting, your journey that you want to study in Canada or move to Canada, please, you should be thinking about your proof of funds. From then on, if you think about where am I going to get proof of funds, you either get a loan, you sell your assets, you get a sponsor, maybe you have an uncle or someone who can stand for you, send you money, you get a corporate sponsor, or you get a loan, right? There's also scholarship and funding. Funding, if you're doing a master's research, they give you full funding, depends on the program, but you can always consider a loan. Someone asked me about Empower Loan. Empower Loan is one of the loans that you can consider as well. And Passage is also. I don't know what is done for you. What is done for you with Cheyobasi? What's that? Patience, Timothy, what's done for you? If you enter Canada through work sponsorship and you are told to repay for it, who is telling you to repay? If you're coming to work for me, you're not repaying anybody now, except you've done your own personal arrangements. And I'm not the one that will tell you now. The person you are doing the arrangement with is going to tell you when to pay. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we're going to do drop some information about French. Canada is going to be doing a lot of French draws because they have a target to meet for French speakers in Canada, and you need probably not a lot, just minimum score plus your English score. Last draw they did was just 408, and I think that's really good. I mean, 408 is not bad. So if you can get 408, I mean, it'll be great. If you have a question, yes, Robert, if you have a degree in French, you still need to pass the French exam. If you are the president of France, you still need to pass the French exam, right? So you need to do that. I don't know which question, Victoria, which question? Awesome. Can one use global conference as a way of migrating? I don't know how you will do that. If you are coming to do conference, how is conference a way of migrating now? Maybe there's something you know I don't know. But all I know about conference is that you come for your conference and you go back. So pathways, there are no special pathways for lawyers. If you're a lawyer, you come in through the express entry or any of the seven pathways that I mentioned. Because as a lawyer, you can't even practice in Canada. If you're a lawyer from somewhere else, you have to take, I think, their bar exams or something for you to be able to practice. So there's no special pathway. So I can't pronounce your name. Express entry does not give points for job anymore. In case you missed that memo, express entry does not give points for job. So I don't know what you mean by express entry without the job. Without job, the points is very low. So I assume you mean that since they don't give points for job, people are not getting the points, so they don't. So if you have 478 and you haven't been called, that's because there's been no draw. They've not done a general draw that could call you. And for the category-based draws, the lawyers are not there. So maybe that's why. But we keep praying, right? We keep praying. If you want to know how to get proof of fund to do the GIC, please send me an email. The email is sheyi@relocatecanada.biz. So I can't give that information here because it's let me put my email, or if you go to my description YouTube, you would see my email, Sheyi@Relocate Canada. I will tell you how you can do that, how you can get the GIC. Yeah, Sheyi@RelocateCanada.biz. Yeah, that's it here. But a GIC is not a requirement. It's not a compulsory requirement. So if you want to do a GIC, you might want to do it, but I don't think that if you meet other parts of your application, just because you have a GIC doesn't mean it to be approved. But if you want to know how to do it, how to do that, just send me an email. My email is on the screen. I will tell you, I'll give you information, right, on how to do that. So GIC is like guaranteed investment certificate in Canada. It's like fixed deposit. So if you want to come and study in Canada, you can do a GIC for your proof of funds. Okay, so I think, have I talked for 10 minutes? Go and buy, Oluyemisi, go and buy the guide or book a consultation. So I can't be giving you what is someone with little work experience. I've told you there are 5 features: your age, your education, all of those things. So you have talked about work experience. I don't know what your age is. I don't know what your work experience is. I don't know all the other things. Those are the things that we determine, right? Yes. Okay. For what now? It depends on what you want to do. When you were evaluating, you didn't know what you wanted to do with it. Rahman, I don't know now. What do you want to do with that thing that you evaluated now? I would advise that you book a consultation. Okay, I don't know what you mean by apply to. Okay, you applied to Manitoba with that 478. You're going to have to wait till next year when the provinces are showing more of what they want to do. Yeah, so people asking for this guide. I bought the guide, you are yet to access it. So if you bought the guide, there's no way you are yet to access it, because by the time you finish paying, it will take you to where the guide is. So you better go and check that account again. If you bought it, it will take you to it, right? And if you want to get it, it's on the screen. That's why you need to book the consultation, because if we start attending to everybody, we're not going to leave here now. You evaluated for RCC. What in heaven's name does that mean? When you evaluated for RCC, for what? What do you want to use the West to do? Okay. There's no easiest though. Oh God, I like this question. There's no easiest. There's no easiest. Nothing is easy. You just have to choose one and go at it. There's no easiest. So I mean, normally I wouldn't have answered you, whoever this person is, Igalo. I advise you to go and read the Canada Study Admission Assistant and what is in it, because you don't buy something without reading. Go and read. There was no bonuses attached. The only bonus there is a 15 minutes call. That's all. So go and read it again, right? Because I think you misunderstood something. Okay. So I think that's about it. Thank you so much for being here. Like and share with a friend. Emmanuel, we are still on this matter. How can you apply for visa to start January 6th? And this is already January 4th. Processing time for study visa is 6 to 8 weeks. So you are not going to meet up. Go and defer your admission and apply, get the money, and then apply later. You are too late. Yeah, too late. Yeah, too late. Oh, you were denied? Yeah, well, Michelle. Well, just make sure you get the notes. If they didn't put the notes in your refusal, if the notes are there, you now see where you were refused. You can now work on, you can work on the next application, because refusals, I know it hits really bad, and I'm sorry about that, but you can work on the next one. For the person who wanted the GIC, I hope you grabbed my email. Send me an email. I'll tell you how to do the GIC stuff. And once again, I wanted to thank everybody for showing up today. I mean, this is December, the most wonderful time of the year. So I'm wishing everyone like Merry Christmas in advance. If you don't come on here again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That French video is coming very soon. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for supporting. And I'm going to leave this on the screen, the information for you to get the guide and book your bonus call, which you can use anytime.